If you're gonna watch just a few When Wellness videos, then this one is a great one for you to check out because it is something I am very excited to share with you guys, and it is so fascinating about how we can improve our memory naturally. How to improve your memory naturally, a routine that is conducive to doing all of these things, and how they relate to health and the rest of your life. And so here's our list of the best things you can do in the morning when you wake up to improve your memory. And none of them are medication or supplements. Albeit Super U Boost BDNF. Just want to say that. So, number one, water. We know that water is good for our bodies for a wide array of reasons, right? Dehydration can cause cramping, reduce cellular performance, whether it be physical or mental, but water increases blood flow to your brain, reduces your blood pressure. And increasing blood flow to your brain is a good thing for delivering oxygen and nutrition to your brain. So first thing is water. And we'll talk about the routine that is conducive, again, to doing all of these things every day and makes it easy in a manageable sense to sustaining this type of routine throughout life and improving your memory consistently and naturally. So we have water, we have meditation, mindfulness, and being grateful. And I like to put all of these three together. Meditation and mindfulness are pretty similar. And what they both do is mindfulness, by the way, if you guys aren't familiar with that term, a mindfulness technique is something that you do that you have to pay attention to doing, right? So throwing a ball up and down, laying on your back, squeezing one of those stress balls, even cleaning dishes could be considered a mindfulness technique. Being in nature and just listening to the birds. Just paying attention to something so all these racing thoughts aren't going on in your head. And when we talk about these things, well, they reduce stress, right? And reducing stress is very important for memory because stress impairs hippocampal functioning. That is, cortisol, aka stress hormone, impairs the function of your hippocampus. Your hippocampus is the center for processing learning and memory in the brain. Now, also being less stressed, you're a little bit happier, and this facilitates better action of the amygdala, right? It allows your amygdala to work properly, which most people know for processing fear and emotions, this portion of your limbic system in the brain, but also is intimately involved in memory. And so there seems to be an inverse relationship between happiness and stress and memory, with memory being up here with happiness, right? There's an inverse relationship, we should say, with stress and memory. And so positive correlation with happiness and memory maybe is a little bit of a better way to say that, right? Now, a mindfulness technique, well, that's just pretty much meditation and being less stressed. But being grateful is a really interesting one. So think of something you're grateful for, right? And these things seem so simple, but they go a long way for a lot of reasons and far beyond what somebody might think is just being a good person, right? And typically when you're being a good person, you know, that works out for you in many different ways. And maybe we'll do a video on that principle in itself and give some good examples in life here at When Wellness. But when you're grateful for something, you're stimulating the hippocampus and the amygdala. And as we've said, doing that in a beneficial sense is something that will improve memory and you're less stressed. So we have water, we have meditation, mindfulness, and being more grateful. Getting sunlight. Getting sunlight increases levels of serotonin and glutamate. Serotonin, we all know, is our happy hormone / neurotransmitter or brain chemical, right? And so, again, being happy seems to bode well for being able to remember things better, right? Now, increasing glutamate is an interesting one. Glutamate is an excitatory neurotransmitter, or it's a brain chemical that makes a lot go on and happen in your brain. This could be in a negative way or a good way, but in this regard, it's a good thing. There's a lot of positive action in the brain, and this is helping you to remember something better. So, sunlight, and that's aside from getting your daily dose of vitamin D, right? So, at least if you're out there for, say 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and decent amount of sunlight, and whatnot. So we have water, we have meditation. I like to reiterate them so you guys remember. We have mindfulness, we have being grateful, we have sunlight. Exercise and intermittent fasting. Both exercise and intermittent fasting boost BDNF, also known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor. So brain-derived from the brain, neuro is nerve, trophic is growth factor. And this is something that promotes the growth of new brain cells or neurons, stimulates the production of new pathways. And exercise increases neuroplasticity as well and improves blood flow to your brain. So this improvement of blood flow to our brain, this being happy, this increasing of BDNF, right? These all seem to play a major role in improving memory. And so again, we have water, we have meditation, mindfulness, being grateful, we have sunlight, we have exercise, we have intermittent fasting. Learn something new. Learning something new stimulates the production of new pathways in your brain. That's just generally going to be a good thing, whether you're talking about memory or not, right? Boosting your neuroplasticity, right? Just like exercise can do. And this is something that will help you to remember it better, is studying it, not only in itself, but especially when you write down what you've studied and then you go tell someone about it. So handwriting shows the most powerful effect, according to the research, for being able to remember something better that you're studying. Okay? Typing, it's also good, but handwriting is king. And we call that the generation effect, by the way. So generating what you've learned. When you generate it yourself, you remember it a lot better. You're forced to think to type those words or to write them. You have to spell out that word. You have to think about writing it, and I promise you, it makes an enormous difference. Because for When Wellness, I write down all my notes of what I'm going to talk about that day every day. I can remember something and give a lecture on it in 10 minutes. And it's just, after I write it, I've almost fully remembered it already. It's remarkable. And I wish I knew this earlier in my career, in my life, in my collegiate career, my high school career. It would have made my life a whole lot easier. I wouldn't have had to do so much reading, right? And it's nice to have everything in your own words as well. So we have water, meditation, mindfulness, being grateful, sunlight, exercise, intermittent fasting, learning something new, and generating that with writing or typing and telling someone about it. Now, brain games also boost neuroplasticity, right? And so I kind of put brain game with learning something new. If you're not going to learn something new, at least go for a brain game, or maybe do both, right? And they're both great stimulation for your brain to help you remember things in general. And again, this is supporting general memory, right? This isn't just memorizing one thing. And the last thing is, well, aside from challenging yourself, it's going to be to not multitask. When you try to focus on too many things at once, you don't seem to do as well in any particular thing. And this principle can be related to life, right? We talk about chopping that tree down. You hit the same spot over and over and over. You don't hit here and here and here and here and here. It's just not effective. In a sport, if you had a 5v1, you're gonna destroy that. You'll probably score a goal or a basket or a try, if you know what that is. It's a touchdown in rugby, right? Now, when you focus on multiple things too at once, what happens is you're using more energy. And when you're using up energy, you have less energy now to think and to remember something, and this can create stress as well. And as we've said, stress is inversely related to memory, right? And so how do we take all of these things and put them into a routine that, you know, we can go and do today or tomorrow, right? And improve our memory naturally. Well, wake up, chug a glass of water. There's your water right there. And you should have half your body weight in ounces of water every day at a minimum, just to support proper physiological functioning, okay? So wake up, chug a glass of water. Fast, don't eat in the morning, okay? Go outside, get some sunlight, listen to the birds, be mindful, enjoy what's around you, right? They show how forest bathing reduces stress to a significant degree. And when you're outside, maybe do some grounding. And we didn't talk about grounding yet here, but grounding has many, many benefits, well proven by science, trial after trial. These results are well replicated, and it makes sense because it's such a natural thing that we should be doing, is being outside and being in tune with the earth, right? And this seems like a pseudoscience weird thing. I'm extremely scientific, and I wouldn't talk about anything that doesn't have strong scientific backing, right? Unless it's just purely a motivational video, right? It's something of that nature. But in terms of any sort of recommendation, right? It's backed by science. It reduces inflammation. It stimulates your parasympathetic nervous system. It reduces your blood viscosity. People that grounded for 2 hours in one trial, study published by NCBI, that's the National Institute of Health, showed that they had a 273% reduction in blood viscosity. So reducing blood viscosity will improve what? Blood flow to your brain. Just like that water and just like that exercise do. What happens when you're grounding? You're less stressed. It reduces stress, it reduces pain, it improves heart rate variability. There are a lot of reasons that grounding is great for you, and it's a really simple thing, and it's a really simple thing that makes sense. As we say all the time here at When Wellness, the more that we study, the simpler the equation becomes. Eat all whole food from nature, get outside, exercise, be less stressed, sleep a little bit more. Pretty much only drink water. I mean, it's such a simple formula, and if you do that, it will change your life. Now, it's easy to say it, but if you really abide to those principles, it will make a tremendous difference. And if you have more specific goals in terms of body composition and things like that, then fast, right? Maybe don't fast, just eat really healthy, right? You don't have to fast. I like to fast. I think it makes it easier to be healthier. But, you know, it's also great. It's just great for your brain aside from body composition. Another thing with fasting is if you fast long enough, at least, and this is the reason I didn't mention it at first when I said fasting regarding improving memory, is that it can promote autophagy, and auto means self, phagy means eating in Latin. So if you ever heard of a phagocyte, well, it's spelled with a PH, that is a type of cell that will eat debris, right? It's an immune cell that will eat up things, right? And so, you know, picture it like, you know, Pac-Man stuff, right? Any phagocytosis, right? Or anything that is eating, and autophagy is doing that. It's self-eating, not good things, bad things. Things that don't function as well in your body. Neurons that aren't functioning properly. Replacing your energy powerhouses of the cells, the mitochondria, with new, more functional ones. Making your metabolism more efficient, and how you can utilize energy in the brain to support cognitive functioning, right? And so these are things, again, that are just great for everything. Exercise is great for everything. So when you go out, you chug that water, you're fasting, you go outside, you're being mindful, be grateful for something. Think of what you're thankful for while you're out there. Leave your phone inside. Leave your phone inside, put your feet in the ground, and just try to be out there for at least 15 or 20 minutes. I like to do 30 minutes every morning, and I plan my day. I sit there and I plan and I think of new ideas, and I'm just so happy to be there by myself in nature without any hustle and bustle around me. And it could be harder if you live in a city, right? But I'm thankful that I don't. But, you know, it's just a great, simple thing that you can do, right? So go outside. You're also getting sunlight when you're outside. So this is covering a lot of our bases, is just waking up, chugging that water, and going outside. I mean, it's really, really simple equation. So now after you've done that, now you go and maybe you go to the bathroom or whatever you do. You know, it's typically how my day goes. My routine, very regular, and I study. When Wellness, I research something new, right? I learn something new. If I already knew what I was going to talk about that day from school or just in general knowledge, then, you know, what I'll do is I'll play a brain game. I'll play some chess, and, you know, again, now you're getting your neuroplasticity. You're getting the benefits of what we talked about regarding brain games. And learning something new. And then what I do every day is I tell people about it, like I'm telling you right now, and that's how I'm going to remember better. All these things that boost memory, I'm going to remember them because I've talked about it. I'm happy to talk about it. This isn't stressful for me. I wouldn't do this if it was stressful, albeit I never read anything. I remember it. I'm happy, and I remember it, and guess what? Doing this every day for 4 years, at least all the memory stuff has been, say, 3 years. I had to memorize the workouts. I guess that's a memory, even in the first year where it was all workouts. But it has made it easier and easier and easier for me to remember things. I could learn something very quickly and then talk about it. But I wasn't like that years ago. I never had that ability. That had to be trained into my brain, right? And you know, it's just getting better and better and better, it seems. And I'm trying my best to keep myself young. I'm so great. That's not what I'm trying to say, but it's worked for me, and I want it to work for you guys because it's really been a great formula, right? And so we have all those things now. Not multitasking. If it's a challenge for you in the morning to say, I have all these things to do today, I don't know where to start. Listen, write down a list. Write down a list just for that day, not for tomorrow, not for the week, just that day. Write down a list. As you get through each one, check it off or delete it. Get through the next one, delete it. More at once in one area, seems to be more effective for strategically conquering something and bodes well for, fulfilling what you're looking to fulfill, right? Whether it means building more muscle and increasing strength by, say, someone who could do 90 push-ups in one set, doing all 90 at once instead of doing 10 sets of 9. Chopping that tree down like we talk about. In chess, having all your pieces attacking one piece, and so that weak hinge for them just crushes and they can't defend it, right? Better than having your efforts dispersed all over with no real coordination or plan. So these are some simple principles that can hopefully help you guys to be healthier in general, most importantly, but can also naturally improve your memory according to the science. That's what we have for you guys today. Just such a neat one. I was really excited to share. I hope you found it as useful and cool as I did. Let's see what we got on here. Say what's up. Yeah, what's up, Ma? I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. SZ, Sabrina, Omar, 111, Grab, Enakut. I know the dogs. They're the worst. Ash, what's up, girl? How you doing, pretty lady? I hope you're feeling better today. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I keep losing you. But thank you, everyone, for the support. We keep losing you due to poor connection as for now. So we got for you, folks. We'll see you tomorrow, baby. Not sure where, not sure when, but we'll see you then. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you very much, and happy When Wellness. I don't know how that got cut up at the end. We were losing connection, getting it back. Whatever. Have a great day. Go improve your memory. Go be healthier. Sabrina, I can't today. I'm sorry. But this week, let's do it. Ash, first one. Love you.